What's up? This is Ryan Hurley, formerly of the Chesapeake Bayhawks and Charlotte Hounds. Played at Cornell University and grew up here locally playing at Academy of Holy Angels.
All right, what current projects are you working on, Ryan?
Projects that we're working on right now, I am working with Epic Lacrosse, developing our future Dragonfly line. We have some exciting new shapes coming out next year, and we're really excited about that stuff. I'm also looking at potentially playing in the LXM Pro Tour, and I'm really jazzed up about that. And so we got a lot of things rolling, and hopefully maybe also doing some volunteer coaching here in the state of Minnesota.
You know, with all the gear options out there and choices, what's some of the gear that you're using today, and what do you think is the most important tool on the field for your game?
I've been really excited about some of the new gear that's been coming out recently. I got some Brine Triumph arm guards that I'm really excited about. They hold on to my arm really well. But obviously the main point for me is playing with your stick. You know, spirit of the stick. I'm all about, having something that I can trust. Right now I'm playing with Evo 3. Got that strung up, custom, and also, with playing out there at the highest level, you got 220-pound defensemen checking me all the time. I need to make sure that my shaft is up to performance and that can, be durable enough for me. Currently using the Epic Dragonfly C30, and I've also dabbled a little bit with the Epic Dragonfly E30, two of the new shapes that we have out this year.
When you think about buying your gear, and let's say you have only so much money, where do you think it's the most important to spend your money on the gear? Where do you think it's most important?
Well, obviously you got to have value, whatever part of your gear you're getting. You want to make sure that you're looking good, you're feeling good out there on the field. Obviously the protective equipment is key, making sure your helmet fits up great. But for me, I want something that's going to be around and a stick that's going to last. With working with Epic, I've really seen the benefits that having a really high-performing and durable shaft can have. So, with the 1-year warranty and the durability and performance you get, I really, feel that these Epic shafts are the best bang for the buck and value you can get out there right now.
Yeah, we reflect on that because when people come in our store, we really, people say, hey, we only have so much money, and we say probably the best spot to spend that is on your stick and your gloves, because that's what does the work. So you believe that?
Yeah, that's where the money's made, in your hands and in the stick. You got to score goals, you got to go out there, you got to play defense. You're using your stick in every part of the game, making checks, playing defense, and also, bringing the ball up the field and putting it in the net. You need that stick to be on par and performing well for you. So I definitely feel that's really important, and you got to go out and have a great experience, and really confident you guys are doing that over at Northstar. So it's great to see that you giving back and helping the kids make the right decision.
So before every game, you hear a lot of players having rituals where they won't wash a t-shirt for, the whole season, or they'll wear the same, shoes for their whole career, and they just have these rituals that they believe in. But, a lot of players play the game like they're showing up for work, and you got a job to do, and you got to get that paycheck in the sense of getting goals and getting that W for that team. So what are some rituals that you had? Did you have any, maybe the day before, the day of? What are some rituals that you had in your game?
For me, I always got to get in the right frame of mind. I got to shut everything else out and prepare for that game. I like to get in a nice quiet spot, kind of calm my mind for a little bit before the game. I usually go find somewhere nice and quiet, play a little wall ball for about 10-15 minutes just to get the hands warmed up. I'll usually go out on the field, take some shots, get my shot going, make sure I'm hitting it, make sure my stick is strung up the right way. And I also, it's kind of weird, I always do a fresh tape job on every stick that I have for the game. So I do a little candy cane tape job. That was at Cornell. Obviously, I haven't really needed to with the slip grip we have on our shafts, but I usually tape up my shaft fresh when I was playing at school, and put some music on, a little wall ball, a little shooting, get myself geared up, take some time to be quiet and focus, and then I'm out there and I'm ready to go for the game.
Yeah, it's a good segue for the next question, because what gets you fired up before the game? You got some music tracks. I know you're into that house music, things like that.
Yeah,
getting
after. Definitely. We get the tunes playing, we get them rocking and rolling pretty loud, get fired up, get the bass playing, get the juices flowing. But just being together with the guys, that camaraderie you have, competitive spirit, get some words of encouragement, get the guys fired up, and the combination of that and just playing lacrosse. I love the game. I'm passionate about it. I just want to go out there and have fun, score some goals, and respect the game, play hard. So all the combination of that, guys and the music, it really gets me going. Just the game of lacrosse gets me excited.
Who influenced you the most growing up, and kind of, who do you look back on and kind of say thank you to in your mind? Maybe it's where you are today.
For me, growing up in the state of Minnesota, when I was younger, I really looked up to Colin Achenbach, just a Minnesota legend around here. Was one of the greatest players to ever play in the state of Minnesota, and showed me that the potential of playing at a really high level. But then after that, trying to take my game to the next level and beyond. I really watch a lot of videos. I like my style of game doesn't fit it, but I really like watching Mikey Powell. I watched Mark Millen's offensive wizardry that I bought in Northstar back in the day. I watched that thing religiously before my games and my season growing up. So those two players, Mark Millen and Mikey Powell, are definitely two of the players that I really look to and try to emulate.
Hey, we want to thank Ryan Hurley for taking the time and coming out today and answering the questions. Ryan's been a big instrumental part of the growth of lacrosse here in the state of Minnesota. We look up to Ryan a lot in his game and what he's done, and as he continues in his ventures, to creating the tools for the game that are going to make the young players coming up better players. So we admire what you're doing and appreciate the time, and it is the best game, that you can play, and it's great that you have the opportunity to keep giving, so we appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ryan Hurley, Northstar Nation.